Hello guys, this is my first video on YouTube, and this video is about a box that went offline recently in HackTheBox platform, and its name is Ophiuchi. I'm not sure about the pronunciation, but let's just call it Ophiuchi. So the first phase is information gathering, and there isn't much information gathering in HackTheBox, but we know that the operating system is Linux and the IP is this one. So the next phase is scanning and enumeration. In the scanning phase, I used Nmap to scan for the open ports, which gave me this result. So the command that I used was nmap -t5-a -p and the IP, and the result was this: two open ports, one is SSH and another one is HTTP. Well, I know that I can't get a shell from SSH alone, so I went straight for the HTTP web server. And in the HTTP web server, we have this page. Now, don't worry about this one. This is called Online YAML Parser. So I searched for YAML exploits, and I came across two links, which are this one and this one. So the first one is a Medium article which explains the vulnerability in depth, and you can read through it. I already did, and came across another link from just this Medium article, which is this one, a GitHub repository. Now you can use this repository to exploit YAML. I cloned it and edited this Java file, which is in source. Let's wait. Now these lines basically are Java constructors, and they get executed and request to this URL. These are the lines used to compile. Now in source we go to artsploit. In artsploit there is awesome script engine factory.java file. So in this file we have two lines: runtime gets runtime dot execute. Now we don't need these, and so I replace those with this one. Let's go to snake.yaml, and let's go to source, let's go to artsploit, and cat awesome script engine factory.java. So I replace those with these two lines. The first line basically downloads a reverse shell from our server and saves it in the temp folder, and then executes it. So to compile this, let's go to the source, let's go back, and then copy this line. It's done. Let's copy another line. Let's compile this too, and it's compiled. Now we have this file here, YAML payload. Now we have to give this to the web server so they can execute this for us. Now the payload that we have to give it to execute is this one. Let me just copy this and paste it here, and I already explained this. It's a Java constructor that gets executed. Now instead of this URL we have to pass our own URL, which is http 10.10 14 and 57 at 8000 ports, and YAML payload. Let's check the name, and it's correct. So let's fire up a Python server, and Let's also cat the reversal that I wrote. So the reversal is here. This is our IP, and this is the port that it's connected to. So let's set up a netcat at this port, and then let's execute this. Let's check this again. Everything's correct. Everything correct here. Let's parse it. Let's wait to see what happens. See, it's requested something to us. Now this seemed to not work, but the next time it worked. It requested the reversal. Let's wait a bit. It seems that it didn't find the reversal. So let's just do something else. Let's exit. Let's go to source. Let's go back. Let's go back, and let's do it here. It's Python and simple HTTP server, and let's go here and change it to snake YAML payload.jar, and let's do it again. Let's wait. This one was a success. This one was a success too, but we didn't get anything. Let's resend it. Let's wait, and we got a shell. Who am I? A Tomcat user. So let's see. Now we should go to the Ophiuchi folder, and from there go to the Tomcat folder. It's where Tomcat stores its files. So let's go there. Let's go to Ophiuchi and Tomcat. There is this interesting folder in here. Let's go. So let's cd to that. And there are a bunch of files. I'm too lazy to cat them one by one. So let's use a shortcut. Cat star and pipe it to get the password. Let's see what happens, and we got result. So there's this interesting line. Username is admin and password is why there is a limit. So let's SSH to that and see if it works. Let's SSH to admin at this IP, and let's give it the password. Let's copy it and give it the password. And who am I? I'm admin. So we got the shell as admin here. Now there is this user, the txt file, which is the flag. Now let's see if we can escalate our privileges. Let's use sudo -l, and we see something interesting here. We can use go to run this file. Now let's see what file is that. Let's cd to there, advanced functions, and index.go. There are a bunch of other files too, but let's first see what this index.go is about. So let's cat this, and I already see an interesting vulnerability in here. It doesn't use absolute path, it uses relative ones, which means we can abuse this. We can create our files in another directory and then execute this from there. Then it will just get this file from there and another file deploy.sh from there. So let's see. Let's create a folder in temp folder. Let's name it exploit. well, there's a file there, so let's create another one, exploit.1, exploit1, and let's cd there. So let's copy what was the directory again? Ophiuchi, run functions, and main. Let's copy it here. Now let's create our own deploy.sh, vim deploy.sh. Now I want to make the bin bash executable as my own account, as admin account, and make it executable with root privileges. So let's do this just now. Change mod plus s bin bash. So let's exit. Now let's copy this one and see if it works. And it says not ready to deploy. Let's go back again and see what's wrong. And we see that it checks a variable. If it doesn't equal to 1, then print a line not ready to deploy. And it's what we get here. So to fix it, we should see where does it came from. It comes from this file. Now we can read it just like that. So I go back to my own machine, and I already have it, but I'll show you how I got it. So let's go to VAS. Let's see, I used scp, and this is the command that I used to copy it to my machine. So when I copied it, and there is a command that we should use to read it, and it's called was to what and the file name. Now if I use this, it will print the file that I edited. So let's just see. I misspelled. So this is the file, and there is this function. This value right here wasn't this value, wasn't 1. This was 0. And I have the pictures as well, I think. Let's see. Yep, we have this. It's set to 0, and then we set it to 1. And in case you don't have the package to run this command, this is the package you have to install. Let's go back and fire up a Python server, and I already did it. So let's curl to download this to our machine, to the Ophiuchi machine. So HTTP, our IP, the port, and the file name, which is this one, and the name to save it. Okay, it seems to be working now. Now let's do it. Let's try to see if it works. And ready to deploy. Now let's see who we are. Who am I? We are admin. We should use bin bash -p to get root. Now let's who am I, and we are root. Let's go to root, and we see root.txt, and this is a root flag, and that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time, and happy hacking.